Do we need that?
Yeah.
A motion to convene the meeting.
A second.
All right. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next up is roll call. We have Jack Gainey's present. Carl Rigg present.
I'm here.
Josh Sterling's present.
F.
Everybody's here.
We need to correct that Pemberton is now chairman.
Yep, noted.
Okay. Do we have any additions or deletions to the agenda? Anybody?
None for me.
All right.
This is your mic?
Agenda?
Motion to approve the agenda.
I second.
Okay. So the agenda's approved. And do we have any public comment? I assume we have no presentations.
None.
All right, we'll move on. Approval of the minutes from
We don't have any minutes this
none to
meeting.
approve. Okay. All right, we'll move on to action items then. We have a recommendation to appoint a new member, Ryan Resanovich. Attached here. Okay, do I need to do,
If you want to just read the agenda item report,
okay,
just based upon the do you want me to read it?
sure.
Just based upon the recommendation of the Airport Advisory Committee Chair, the committee hereby approves and appoint the new member, Ryan Resanovich. After review of his application, it has been decided that he would be a good fit for the Airport Advisory Committee. A little bit of history purpose. He is an airline pilot for the USA Jet Airlines, pursuing community involvement. He has a bachelor's degree in history with 13 years of leadership and experience in the Army, as well as 9 years as a helicopter and airline pilot.
Okay.
Is he a resident?
Yes,
So do we need to vote on that, or we need a motion? or-
just, Mr. Chair asks someone to make motion and then
Make a
move forward on
I
that.
motion that we approve Mr. Ryan Resanovich as our new member of the Airport Advisory Committee.
I'll second.
All right.
All ayes?
All ayes.
Approved?
Aye.
All right, so I'll reach out to him and let him know
Perfect.
today.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
So you should be joining us starting next meeting then, right?
Yep.
And then I would just let them know the date of our next meeting. Would be a good time to introduce them. And then this will go to the Board of Trustees
Okay.
next week for his final approval.
Okay. Moving on to discussion items. We have, for what we have on here is the first aviation day with the elementary schools, which
I can talk on that maybe.
Yeah,
for a minute if
please,
you
go
want. Yeah, so we, on April 22nd and 23rd, we had the Park Lane first grade classes, about 50 students per day. And we had them out to there were 7 different stations, airplanes, some simulator activity, and rotated them through each station. We followed that up with the third graders, which was a little bit easier. And that was just here Monday of this week, Monday, May 5th. And overall, I think it went really, really well. First of all, thanks to Janelle, because I kicked off the idea, but Janelle really ran with it. And if it wasn't for her orchestration and setup and structure to it, I don't think we could have done it. So thank you for
Well, I
for all
think
that.
it was a team effort between both of us. We worked hard together, equal of 50-50, so.
It went
It went-
awesome though.
it
I
was
think it was
awesome.
great. I think the
Oh, yeah.
community got involved. I think the kids had an awesome time. You can see over here, there's every first grader sent thank you cards to us, which were really cute. Some of them are to the airport, some of them are to various things, some of them are to the flight simulator. But they're awesome. I read through every single one of them, and Janelle I know has as well. So really cool. I think it was a great thing, and I think the plan, if I'm not mistaken, for next year is probably to make it a recurring third grade event. So each incoming third grade class would get a chance to do it. They're just a little bit more age ready, I think, at that point. But overall, great experience.
It was a great experience. I think we were learning, aren't they learning like motion and propulsion
Yeah,
in the
exactly,
third grade
forces.
as well, and forces? So it just would be more apt. They could apply it better. I think what we decided, Josh and I talked after and made a couple of notes on how to fine tune the event. My recommendation would be, I think we should get it on the books either in the fall or just pick a day now. And that way we can start planning for it more in advance versus, whereas this was like a slingshot wedding, right? Like,
It was pretty fast, yeah.
it's like, and we're going.
Yeah.
The photos look good. I saw them on the Facebook page. The photos from the event look nice.
Are they on the Girls Hill Facebook page?
In the airport, I think.
Oh,
on the
really?
airport.
Okay.
Put it on-
I haven't seen that. I'll check it
Yeah.
out.
There's
That's
good
Yeah.
ones.
So I posted it on mine.
Cool.
And tried to tag the companies that, were involved.
Great.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was it was an awesome day. It was probably one of the it was the biggest community involvement day around the airport that since I've been on the committee that we did. I think it was I'd call it a massive success. So
Huge. What did you think, Jack?
Oh, absolutely. It was a great opportunity to engage with the kids, the community. Having them get to see a different side of aviation. Many of them had been on planes, say Delta or something like that, but to see at our scale and engage at the airport, talking with some of them and their parents and guardians. Many of them had only been down to the airport for Island Fest. So a lot of them, really appreciated an opportunity to kind of come down here, see the airport, engage with different planes and pilots, and get to learn a lot. So, Josh and Janelle, thank you for putting this together and giving us an opportunity to participate in it. A lot of fun, great engagement.
And I think what came from it was really just that community, just to tap on the community involvement as a feeder to the airport. So during that event, I know that the bus driver for the first grade class actually scheduled a discovery flight right then and there. And then there were a couple other discovery flights that came to Halls as a result of that.
yeah,
So
one
it
of
was
the
a really
parent
good.
volunteers I know personally scheduled a discovery flight based on just being around all the airplanes that day too. So
Yep.
at least a couple came
Yep.
out of that.
So that was a good feeder to
That's
the
great.
airport. So that was a good thing.
And as maybe a piggyback on that, something we could discuss at future meetings as the school year is kind of winding down now. But I didn't know that there's an aviation club at the high school. I don't know if you guys were aware of that. So that could be a whole different level of maybe a similar but even more advanced type aviation day we could do. I had one of the students, I think it was a sophomore in high school, reach out to me personally.
Oh, really?
I think his little sister maybe was involved in the aviation day, and so their aviation club is interested in maybe coming out and talking to more pilots here and
A little
just
more
being
career
involved.
mentoring and where do I take
Right.
this, the next steps. Yeah.
Which could be really good if in future years, especially if like Ryan, who was an airline pilot with that experience, might be great to be able to talk to some of these.
Well, I think Mike, he's a mechanic. He offered his services that day.
Yep.
He's an island resident.
Yep.
So he was here that day,
Yeah,
which
it was
was
Mike
awesome.
Bourne. He's a Delta mechanic, and he volunteered the entire day and actually covered an airplane when we had somebody stuck at the bridge. And he did great. It was nice that a lot of people stepped up to help too. I can't even name them all right now.
No,
But,
it was
really
great.
good.
The aviation club, there were a couple members at the EAA meeting over the weekend, but you know who else helped for the aviation day there was the work-based learning program. The gal that was doing Olivia Lar was helping out with the airplanes. She was a senior, and then Josh at the 172 next to you. He was also a senior in high school. So the kids, they did a great job.
Ah.
Another good thing. I'm excited.
Yeah, I was. It was awesome. I'm glad it all came together pretty much as planned. We learned. There was a few tweaks after day one, but we got it.
And I don't really have anything else to add, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
just really, what's our next fun community event?
Yeah, I mean, I think my understanding that we make that a recurring annual event for third graders, and like you said, we either get it on the books now or early in the fall, and then piggybacking off maybe the high school aviation club, I think would be a really good fit, and that could really help some of the members of that club get active involvement.
Anything else on that?
Well, it looks like a great success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, what do we have next? Committee member reports.
That would be you all.
You have any now that we've closed out the aviation day? So
Okay. All right. Doesn't look like we have any public comment. So, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All right. We're adjourned.